'Cause that's why, though. That's why I can't have a girl to this day because I know I said that before, though. That somebody always gonna mess with that girl, even if I had, because hey, that shit happened to me in the past. It keep coming up, though. I don't know why. That time, he supposed to have been my friend, but he messed with my girl. You know, it could be like cousins, brothers, or anybody. Like, I never messed with nobody, wives, or girlfriends. I hung out with a couple of people, guys, that had wives, had girlfriends, but I never messed with them. I never came up, said no sex. I never done no shit like that. Never did. I'm very loyal. I take that stuff to the heart. Loyalty. You know, I never done that. You know, and then, you know, when I'm chilling with that person, that guy, you know what I mean? I show respect to his wife. I show respect to his girlfriend, you know, cause we all chill together. And I never, you know, come out or no disrespect or no sexual, no, none of that shit. You know, we all just chill. I help his wife out a couple of times. I help his daughter out. I help, you know, and stuff, and help the guy girlfriend out a couple of times. You know what I mean? It was never no sexual, never sexual talk. None of that. None of that. That's why I'm different. I'm different than the other type of niggas. Cause you know, like a nigga always gonna mess with somebody's wife or somebody girlfriend, stuff like that. I had that shit happen to me when I had girlfriends. You know, and this shit hurts until this day. That's why I got trust issues towards people in general. That's why I can't have a girlfriend. I ain't had a girlfriend in a long time. I ain't had a girl in a long time, but that shit though. But that's the reason, you know, because I don't want to feel that feeling anymore. I'm dealing with enough as it is. I'm dealing with enough pressure. Yeah, and I try to hold back my anger and stuff and things. Like even if I chill with a woman, I don't talk about sex to her that I want it or stuff like that. No, I never do that. I show that woman with respect. You know, always, always been like that. You know, and these days it's kind of hard. These days, try to get in a relationship. I really don't want one. I mean, you know, because where I'm living at now, it's not good. If I move out to California or somewhere that I don't know nobody and nobody don't know me, see, that's a different story. You know, So I mean, some people out here think I'm a bad person, think I'm a, stuff like that, but they gotta really get to know me deep down inside, what type of person that I am. You know, I'm a very caring, loving person. I would help out anybody in need, anybody. You know, because I know how it is to be used, taken advantage of, play with your heart or something, or you know, trust issues or in a relationship. I know how that feels too when being cheated on. I know all them emotions, everything, all above. I know how that feels. You know, that's why, like I say, like you gotta get to understand where I'm coming from, like with this, because some might get it, what I understand where I'm coming from, and some might not understand where I'm coming from. They never been through that situation before. You know, because it's very deep to the heart and soul. You know, and like I said, I got bad trust issues now, a lot of trust issues. You know, and like I'm going out with that person or anything, that'd be a different story. But I'm not going out with that person or anything. You know, it's kind of hard these days because I can't trust. If I even if I do get in a relationship with another woman, it's going to be hard for me to do that. You know, it's very deep to the heart and soul, all above though. You know, it said like prayer. You know, I pray. I pray. Even if I don't pray, the higher power of God knows. The higher power of His Son of grace, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ knows. And His higher power of the Mother of grace, Virgin Mary knows. The higher power of the Father of the Spirit of the grace. He always knows. So if I say like He's not going to judge, if I say forgive me for all my sins that I commit, I don't know how many times I said that, but I know that He forgives me. He knows the things I do, why the things that I do are, not going to judge. I got respect for it. Very deep though. That's why I've been a loner. I've been chilling. I ain't been out there chasing women, having sex with everything in the book. No, I'm different than other guys. I don't do that. I don't try to holler at a girl to my hey, stuff like that. No. It don't matter if their wife even looking good or stuff like that. I don't never brush try to no, I don't do stuff like that. Try to sex all that. No, I don't do stuff like that. Hell no. Different story if we hanging out or something like that. But mostly I'd be hanging out with the guy or whatever, and she come around, fix dinner, all that stuff. We just chill and